Alright, so in this video, well, not video, stream, I just kind of wanted to yap about some random stuff, things that will likely get their own separate videos eventually. But a lot of the topics that I want to go into on this channel are a bit different than my typical, like, addiction, mental health, rambling. I guess they're kind of adjacent to it. But I don't really know entirely how to go about talking about them. So I thought, well, no one really watches these streams, so it would be good practice for me to, kind of scratch the surface on some of them. The only thing that sucks about today is I unfortunately think that I either gave myself salmonella or food poisoning, because the last few hours I have been super nauseous. Like, my joints hurt. And if that is the case, I'm sure it's because, like, the last 3 days I have, like, cooked the same exact lunch, which has been a burger with eggs on them. And the problem is that in terms of burger meat, I like it very rare. Like, I think most people would consider my burgers raw in terms of what I like. And usually, like, ground beef isn't really dangerous raw unless it's, like, contaminated by something. It's not impossible though. And then with the eggs, I like my eggs barely cooked, because I think that if you overcook eggs like most people do, they lose a lot of their flavor, and also it just, yeah, it taints the flavor, and it's just annoying to eat. For me, with, like, a lot of meats, including eggs, how much you cook it is, like, the difference between me thinking it's great and me not wanting to touch it with a 10-foot pole, especially steak. But I haven't really gotten into cooking steak yet. I really want to, but cooking meat's hard. I like to stick to my eggs and burgers. I remember, like, a few months ago we got snowed in, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna make pulled pork, and I had no fucking clue what I was doing. I mean, I had seen my dad do it when I was much younger, or my mom, I don't remember. And so I was really cheap, and you're supposed to use, like, pork butt, like, very fatty meat, but I used pork chops and tried to cook them the same way that you would do pulled pork, and it just came out as a fucking dry pork chop. And then after that, I was just like, I do want to get more into cooking, though. That's been kind of a goal. Like, a thing I've done off and on over the last couple years. It's just that, like, I get so worried that I'm gonna ruin a meal, because, when you're cooking something like pulled pork, like, that's a kind of a day-long commitment, and then when you fuck it up, it's like, damn. But we'll get it one day. I just really hope that I don't have salmonella or food poisoning, because I would just really rather not. I would rather not. But, I guess that's kind of part of the course for liking barely cooked meat. I don't know, I could rant about this for a long time. I have known so many people with steak who will only eat it well done. And to me, I've never understood that, because when you cook a steak that much, again, similar to beef, well, like, what was the example I used? I don't know. With a lot of meat in general, when you cook it that far, you lose a lot of the flavor, the juice, and with steak specifically, that shit is impossible to chew when you cook it that much. I've always had an issue with eating steak, because I feel like I'm just chewing and chewing and chewing, and it's like a lot of the time, like, eating a little bit and then spitting it out, because I just can't fucking chew it all the way through. And the solution to that is just barely cooking it. A lot of people just overcook steak. But, yeah, just be careful. always keep an eye out for articles about like meat recalls, because that is a real thing. It happens a lot. Um, I don't know, but anyway. So sorry, long-winded way of saying I'm sorry if I seem kind of out of it. And I normally don't even stream this early. Usually I stream at like at least midnight. Um, but I don't know. I think recently I have preferred live streaming over like making videos, because it's something that it's a lot less like I don't really know how to explain it. This might end up being a whole separate video. I don't know if I'm gonna do it or not, but for all my OCD people, it could be useful. Like OCD and like content creation, and how, especially with something like videos where you're talking about serious topics, I've had an issue that I think has only gotten worse with time, if I'm being honest, where I'll film a video kind of impulsively, and I'll kind of just say what I think in the moment. But then I look back at the video and I overthink it so hard, you know, and I would watch the video I just made over and over to like see if like I made any mistakes, or I would overthink how like little things would be interpreted. So I've kind of realized that like I don't know how ready I am to like go back into like making regular videos, because with a live stream it's like, again, I can just talk off the cuff, end the stream, and not think about it again. You know, I'm not going to lie and say I don't still think about a lot of these things after like I'm done with streaming. Um but it's a lot better. Again, at the end of the day, I've realized when I post a video, I can't rewatch it, because I will lose my fucking mind over every single thing I'm saying. It's one of my biggest OCD fears, is like getting misunderstood in what I'm saying. But over time, I've had to accept that like you're gonna get misunderstood by people. It's just inevitable. And if somebody misunderstands what you say, and it like upsets them enough to like affect them, I think it's almost their responsibility to ask for clarification, and if they don't, there's like really nothing you can do. So again, I might make a whole separate video about that, but that's sort of like kind of the theme of this stream, is I wanted to talk about stuff like that, almost as if I was making like a regular video. Just to kind of like take baby steps back into it, because it's not like I don't want to make videos. I just think that sometimes my motivations for doing them are not like what I want them to be, or again, I just overthink every single tiny thing, and that's why I've been enjoying doing these streams. Like they're a lot more lighthearted and like off the cuff. But no, that's been a huge thing, because the last like 3 videos I made, I took the last one I made like, I don't know, it's probably like a couple months ago at this point. I think I took it down almost immediately, because it was a video about recovery, and I said something in the first like couple minutes of the video where I was like, I feel like those of us who are like kind of experienced, it's like our duty to like give people advice who are just starting. But I remember I watched the video back after I posted it, and I was like, I am not deep enough into this to be qualified to say something like that. That was one of the few times that it was like kind of fair, I think, for me to take it down, because I don't think I'm not some like recovery fucking guru. I mean, I still fuck up all the time. I just like, I give advice on things that I've learned along the way and stuff, but it is, again, it sucks, because even though like there is that OCD fear of screwing up, at the same time, it is also very easy to screw up when you're talking about stuff like this. And to me, the obvious answer almost sounds like maybe tackle less sensitive topics, because there's less of a risk of that. But I don't know. I'm like, I can feel like I feel anxious even talking about this. So, but I don't know. OCD doesn't always make sense. And it's one of those things that sometimes the more that you try to make sense out of it, it just makes it worse ultimately. And the answer is to kind of just it sounds very dismissive to put like this, but almost just like learn to not think about it. So yeah, most of the time with these live streams, I've just been leaving them up, so like people can go back and rewatch them. But to me, that's like my baby step back into doing this again. But I don't know. This isn't supposed to be an info dump stream, but it is my channel, so I'm just gonna go for it. I definitely, in the past year, have struggled with making videos about things that I didn't realize, like, that I was not comfortable putting those things online. And I kind of forced it a lot of the time, like not respecting or understanding my own boundaries enough. And I think the silver lining with that is I think that it has helped me learn my boundaries more, because I've always been a person who's kind of aggressively open with people, like to my detriment sometimes. And I've always struggled with knowing when it's okay to just be like, nah, I'm going to keep this to myself, actually. And a lot of the time when I get that feeling of like being uncomfortable, my brain immediately goes, well, you should just fight through it. Like, fight through being uncomfortable. Sometimes that can be useful, but sometimes it's better to just not talk about certain things online. I do think about it sometimes with like employment opportunities, where it's just like, I don't believe that like employers like watch videos of people that they're like thinking about hiring. But if they went on a video and they hear me say like, yeah, I did opiates, it's like, I don't know. I don't know how that would look, or if I'm even comfortable with a large amount of people knowing that. But I just said it, so you know, um, I don't know. In terms of some of the topics that I want to get into on this channel, I think a lot of it is like things I've learned over the years, like dealing with ADHD, and even just kind of like universal problems, kind of more um you see these long pauses. It's kind of funny when I'm actually filming videos, it is the exact same thing. Like the way that I'm talking right now is like identical to how I film videos. It's just when I film videos, I edit everything out. But so get to see everything, which makes it more uncomfortable in some ways, but yeah. So a topic that I've been thinking about a lot that I really want to make a video about, and that kind of like sparked my whole idea to even do this stream and kind of just practice, like, again, just practice talking about it, is the importance of family, maintaining strong connections with people, and learning to kind of reject a lot of what our generation does with like friendships and human connections. And I've just been trying to figure out how to articulate what I mean by that. An example will be, I have seen so many times this kind of almost movement to like cut your family off if they did anything that like hurt you at all, cut off friends who did even the smallest thing that like makes you upset. The amount of times that, like, it sounds extreme, but the amount of times that I have seen this in my own life with even some of my friends who will cut people off over the smallest thing and not even try to repair friendships. It's deeply concerning to me, and I think over time has kind of led to me feeling a bit resentful and less enthusiastic about relationships specifically. I think that's the big one. I think that most of the time it's probably less of an issue with like close friends and more an issue with like romantic relationships where people are a lot less likely to really try to work things out. And again, I think like my generation is really bad about doing this whole like fuck your ex thing. Like I've never really understood that, but I think it is like a much bigger issue because people, again, they do that with their families, they do that with their friends. Um, you know, I've been in friend groups where I've seen them kind of split in half, where like one group is like hating the other half, and then like I'm like listening to their reasons for hating each other, and like most of the time it's just some stupid thing that could be resolved if they just sat down and had a conversation with it. But it's like people's egos are too big to like just admit that maybe the issue is that they're too scared of the confrontation to work through issues. And again, they don't want their ego to feel hurt, so it's easier to just be like, oh fuck that guy or whatever. But again, I think that is really damaging, and you can agree or disagree, but I think that my generation has a huge issue of being overly individualistic to the point where it's like if anyone does anything that upsets you, it's just like, oh fuck that person. And I don't know, again, I've just been trying to, I really want, like, if I'm gonna make a video talking about that, I want to make sure that I do it correctly, and it will probably be like at least somewhat scripted, because I don't know if any of y'all have this, but it's so annoying when like you're bothered by something. For me, it's like this whole topic, and it makes total sense in my head. Like I get it, but like actually articulating it is like I don't really know how to. And so that's really what I want to sort of figure out. And I mean, honestly, I've kind of always felt this way because, you know, in high school, you know, kids make enemies all the time. And I remember, like, even at that age, I always felt guilty because when my friends would like complain about someone else, like internally, I would like understand where the other person was coming from. So I wouldn't understand why my friend was so mad at them. And that would make me feel guilty because it would be like, in my head, I was like almost betraying my friend and like not siding with them. Like out loud, I would side with them, but like internally, I just like didn't. So this whole topic is something that I have thought about for a long time, and like even to the point where like some of my friends have given me shit for how like quote unquote overly understanding I am of things, and I really don't get it because I feel like people want to think so much in this black and white way, and the problem is that the answer to most things is never that way. It's always in some sort of gray area. And truth be told, like, if you're unwilling to see that gray area and think a little bit deeper, you're never going to have stable connections, or at least a lot less than you could have otherwise. And I don't know. Yeah, that's really the main thing I wanted to make a video about, because I don't know if saying I felt victim to like this sort of thinking is the right way of putting it. But in terms of family, I very recently, like over the last few years, have had a lot of very complicated feelings with my family in terms of just like there was just a lot of trauma like growing up for me and things that happened within my family over the last few years, and I got to a point where I was just like I need to get out. And like I was dead set on getting out. I At a certain point I didn't really care about maintaining connections. I was just like I need to get out of this. And so I did. I moved away, and I basically, for a few months I maintained some level of contact. Excuse me. But after a while I kind of just stopped talking to them entirely. And it was what I wanted, for a long time, was to kind of just break off from them because again, I don't want to go into like a whole lot of detail here, but there were just a lot of reasons that I just needed to be away from them. And it's true that like for my own sanity, like I do need to be to some extent away from them. But I started noticing this sort of like depressive alone feeling that I couldn't really put my finger on, building up over time. And it got to the point where I felt so numb and apathetic and just I think alone in a way that I had never felt before. And I was confused about it and didn't really know how to identify it for a while because again, like I wanted to get away from my family. Like the second I had an opportunity to, I did. And I just think I had this moment of realizing just how heavily it weighed on me that things with my family were not settled, like the emotions weren't. It weighed on me heavily that it felt like I had kept things away from them for so long with how I really felt deep down that I already felt alone from them. And I think like in retrospect, a lot of why I did feel so alone was that I just wasn't open with them about how I really felt about everything. And so when I kind of cut contact, it felt wrong. And I wasn't expecting it to, because it was one of those things where, there's a lot of issues there, but most people I know, like outside of my family, were like encouraging me to cut them off and being like, it's understandable for you to, and it's the right thing for you to do, like if that's what you need. And so I kind of just kept justifying to myself why I should do that. But again, it felt like a weight on me that got heavier and heavier until I eventually just couldn't take it anymore. Because, when it comes to family, like, I'm realizing with age that it is so important to at least attempt to be fair, like attempt to be understanding, and realize like it's okay to not agree about everything. And and it's not possible to, and it's easy to hold resentment towards people in your family like over stuff like that. I'm not going to lie and say that I still don't have like any resentment towards family, but it was like it felt like a really big moment in my life, like just getting to this point where I just gave up trying to hold this kind of like fuck all of it attitude. And for a while I tried to just really focus in on myself and no one else, but it felt so wrong. And it really like hurt me that I was ignoring that part of me that was like, no, this doesn't feel right. Like these two things can sort of exist at the same time. Like I can focus on myself and have that be my primary thing, but to just completely ignore them, I didn't like that. And so I ended up just saying screw it and communicating a lot of the issues that I had with the way things were and just a lot of where my head was at. And I'm not promising that that will go well for every single person, but I think that part of this is that it's important to kind of learn to explain things in a way that other people can understand. And like that can make it hard because the way that like I would explain that same exact thing to like maybe another family member would be completely different. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not as simple as just communicate your thoughts exactly how you're having them. I think when you're trying to like really create understandings with people, you really do need to learn to meet people where they're at. And I don't know, it just a huge weight lifted off of me, but I feel like it's an important thing for me to talk about because this is something that like so many people go through, you know. But yeah, it's a little bit of a daunting task, but I'm excited to at the very least try because I don't know, I feel like it could be useful for like some people to hear. But trying to think about like other topics on my mind that I've been wanting to kind of get into on here. So that's the main thing. Jesus, I'm tired. So, you know, I'm not trying to make this channel like a life advice channel, but I also very much so realize that a lot of these things absolutely could come off that way. I don't know. I've always just been wired kind of I'm not going to say I've been wired like weirdly. I feel like that's kind of an extreme way of putting it. But I've always really wanted to make sure that I'm being fair to people and that, you know, I think in my head, if I ever have like really bad blood with somebody, the only way that would ever be possible is if that other person was just like a total piece of shit who would not be willing to consider any other like perspective. And I say that because I feel like I always really want to, like, I value human connection over everything. And I always want to try to at least understand where other people are coming from and then come to some kind of understanding. Even if it is to my own detriment sometime, which it has before. But I don't know. I'm thinking my brain is already hurting from talking about this, so I think I might pull up connections and yeah. I don't remember when the last time I did one of these was. Let's check. Oh wow, it's been a whole week. So we've got a week's worth. Actually, no, that's not true. I think I took. Let me see. I'm pretty sure that. Oh, it got blocked because I was playing guitar on it. Well, that'll do it. May 18th, 1920. We've got 3 days worth. It's enough for a little bit of fun. So I will be right back and I will get that pulled up. Alrighty. On to more positive topics. So let's take a look at where we're at in terms of fun topics. So things that I have been really into recently are spiders and bugs and shit. You know, historically, I've always been kind of like a reptile guy, like more than spiders. Like I've never disliked spiders, but it's kind of one of those things. Like I think they're cool, but I just don't want them on me. I'm still mostly that way, but I think recently I've been really interested in how different types of animals think and like what their conscious experience is like. I'm like totally fascinated by that because like if when you learn about uh like jumping spiders and how they are way more intelligent than they should be like physically capable of, and it just the way that like makes you rethink the entire way that we understand intelligence. And it's so fun to me with like I would say that like my like in terms of like animals, what my two like hyperfixations are right now would be spiders and bears of all things. I mean, I've always had an interest in bears and I find them interesting. I got into bears initially because I like to go camping a good bit. And so when I first was learning about bears, I was kind of doing it out of like a fear towards them. And then the more that I learned about them, I became less afraid of them and it became more of just like a fascination, if anything. But you know, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like when I went camping at Yellowstone, like I had a little bit of a hard time sleeping. I mean, I can't lie about that because it was scary a little bit. But you know, realistically, as long as you're not dumb, the chances of you getting attacked by a bear are like slim to none. I've seen so many videos of people like walking away from grizzly bears, like yelling, being like, "Oh my god, it's coming towards me!" When it's like, when you look at the bear's face, it looks completely uninterested. It's because it is uninterested. They use trails in national parks all the time. That's the thing they do. They don't give a fuck that you're there. Like, if you're on a trail and you see a grizzly bear walking towards you, and it doesn't look like distressed at all, just walk off the trail. It'll walk right by you. Anyway, could rant about that for hours. Connections time. I've been having some beef with connections recently because I feel like some days it makes a lot of sense, and then other days it's like, again, it's like some Italian Renaissance bullshit, and I'm like, I don't fucking know that. I do way better with like practical knowledge type stuff. Like here's an example. Before my last stream got taken down, I still have the page pulled up for what the answers were. Fruit anagrams, cheap, erp, lump wiki. How the fuck am I gonna know that? MLB player, Padre Red Royal Twin. I'm not gonna know that. Like, that's fucking stupid. But anyway, let's just keep our fingers crossed that today's will be a little less evil. You know how I might even come back on at midnight, depending on how I'm feeling, because a lot of the time, I'm gonna be real. A lot of the time, I end up like doing these, and I'm just kind of pissed off afterwards. But you know, all right, chess. What could that be connected to? I already don't like this one. I thought that said chest at first. So I was like, oh, chestnut, honey nut, hot nut. No. Yeah, I'm really starting to think I got fucking salmonella now. It is just getting worse. I don't like this one. I already don't like this one. What is What does deuce mean? I mean, I know deuce is like deuces, but I don't know what it means. You know, it was that one piece of shit from Hollywood Undead like 20 years ago. Most commonly refers to the number 2. Okay. Maybe colors? Like common. Alright. Thinking. Now I'm starting to think more in terms of like, is there like a kind of food or something that uses a certain, like. Actually, what the fuck is a shoe fly? Pie. Oh, is it pie? Shoe fly pie? Pumpkin pie? Pecan pie? Peach pie? One away, you son of a bitch. You bitch. Moon pie? Okay, so these 3 are right, because it's still saying one away. I'm going to refresh it, because I don't want it to give me the answers. Oh, you son of a bitch. You son of a fuck. Okay. It doesn't let you do that. I hate that. Do I just pull this open? I already have an incognito tab. I could just fucking pull it up in this. What the hell did I have in here? I'm exposing my incognito tab. So my incognito tab had male Black Widow, Zillow microhabitat, coffin crib, spider things. Yeah, let's pull it up on here. Fuck it. Reject all cookies. Do not cache my shit. I was about to say. If you think it's cheating, go fuck yourself. Pecan pie. Pumpkin pie. Shoe fly pie. Things referring to pie. Can pie? Moon pies are a thing. Aren't moon pies like those little Debbie fucking like chocolate with cream? Oh my god, what the hell is it? So it's not peach, it's not honey, it's not. What the fuck is it, dude? Okay, well, if it's one away, then these 3 have to be right. Actually, no, they don't, because if... They actually don't have to be right, because if I ended up getting the other right No, I'm being stupid. Give me a minute. No! I thought me doing an incognito tab was gonna save me. Okay, we're just assuming these are right. But it's not peach. It's not honey. No, I don't want to view results. No. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I didn't see it. Admire puzzle. Fucking go fuck yourself, you son of a bitch. That was very close. I almost saw it, but I did not see it. Alright, I guess I need to clear my fucking cache. All right. So just have this on speed dial and we should be good. So I should be able to just refresh this now. Or not, probably not because the tab was already open. Continue? Fuck. Did clearing the cache not fix it? Well, it probably didn't because I already had the fucking tab open. I'm stupid. Close the tab and then clear cache. All right, let's see if that fixes it. If this doesn't fix it, I'm going to be sad. Oh, you fucking whore. All right. See, again, the problem is that with Connections Unlimited, they don't tell you when you're one away from getting it. It's fucked up. So basically, if you don't get it the first time, you can't just refresh the page. There's gotta be a way to. I refuse to believe that you can't. Spelling bee? There's a fucking spelling bee. That's not a spelling bee. That ain't no fucking spelling bee. Too short? What the fuck? Okay, go. Fuck you. Wait, there's... Well, I guess you couldn't refresh them, could you? You suck. You suck. Listen, I'm gonna make an account on here real quick. And see if I can't bypass that. Excuse me. I do not agree. Bitch, I ain't subscribing, bitch. I ain't subscribing, bitch. It ain't gonna fucking happen. What does subscription do? Okay, well, fuck it, dude. I might as well fucking subscribe. It's $2 every month. I'm gonna just do it. Fuck it. Because I would much rather, if I can refresh the page, then I'm just gonna, it makes more sense to just do it on the New York Times site. You see how quickly they can get you? See how fucking quickly they can get you? No! Log in with a one-time code. But I can't access that code because it's on that phone. It's on a tripod right now. All right. I don't... Try Google Pay, maybe. I don't put my damn credit cards on here. See? Technical difficulties. There's no one watching, so I ain't holding anyone up. All right, well. All right. Well, I'm going to have to fucking turn this off for a minute while I put in my fucking card info. I'm in a free fall, racing to the ground. I'm scared I'll lose it all. Is anybody up there, or am I alone? Reaching out for someone in a free fall. I'm in a... Alright, so we got the connection subscription. So I'm hoping that means that I can just refresh this goddamn thing, because I ain't giving up that easy. Alrighty. Skip. Nah, I just want connections. No, I don't want your damn app. No. That's fucked up. Why does it keep saying welcome back? Alright, let's see what happens. What was it before? It was like pumpkin pie, pecan pie, moon pie. Let's try this. I said shoe fly because that's like something that it's like a pie term. Don't show it. Don't show it. Don't show it, motherfucker. Don't show it. I don't want to know. No! I thought that me getting a subscription would have let me... Whatever. Listen, I tried. I tried my hardest, and it didn't pay off. Pumpkin pie. Pecan pie. How the fuck is it not? How is this not it? There's no such thing as a kernel pie. I already tried moon pie, honey pie, chess. I don't think it's chess pie. Love pie? That sounds really bad, but I mean, we can try it. Okay, it's not that. The fuck is a chess? What is a chess pie? But honestly, again, I kind of respect the way they make these. Because if you look up shoe fly on Google, like I did, the first thing that comes up is a pie, so you naturally think it will be related, but then it's not. I think that's clever. What the fuck is a chess pie? Ingredients. Cool. That just looks like cornbread with more steps, to be honest. Alright, well, at least we got this down. That was ridiculous. Caboose is the back. You can do love from the back. No. So I think this next one might be like sweet phrases, like calling your partner love, honey, peach, hot. No. You wouldn't call your partner 40. So, deuce? Fuck. Alright, so before it was pumpkin, pecan, chess, peach? Do I not even remember the last goddamn game I did? Are you fucking kidding me? There's no way I forgot this. There is I just did it. Pecan pie, pumpkin pie. It's not shoe fly. It is chess. What the fuck was it? What? I just did it, motherfucker. Okay. Pumpkin, pecan, shoe fly, chess. Oh my god, dude, I'm fucking struggling with this one. Caboose clearly must mean something that I'm not understanding. Mm-hmm. I don't know why I'm thinking of these being together. I don't fucking know. But, you know, it's like a... Oh, I might not get this one. This one sucks. I think I just subscribed to this for literally no reason. That is actually so fucked up. Did they really... They're like, upgrade subscription. I thought I just subscribed to be able to fucking do any of them. Oh, well, that's not it. So how do I access like past ones then? Oh my god. No! No! Hot. I'm about to give up on this one and move on. I'm gonna be real. I give up. That was ridiculous. Listen, I never claimed to be smart. Don't get it twisted. I don't claim to be smart. This is just me. Am I trying my best? Probably not, but shut up. The longest. The fuck does Groundhog Day, Training Day? I don't fucking know. Cause I'm thinking Independence because it's like middle, right? I really don't know. I mean, I see connections with some of them, but like you got scale. The fuck would Groundhog Day, the longest day, Training Day, off day? Well, I'm telling you, I know I bitch about this all the time. They need to change how this goddamn game works. Like, they need to tell you if you're one away. Because when they don't do that, all it does is make the entire thing so confusing. I don't know what I'm doing. This makes sense to me. Training Day, off day, Groundhog Day, the longest day. That makes sense to me. Scale, force, intensity. Key. Oh my god. I hate this site so much. Because I think mode and medium have to be together. Right? Like they have to be. Intensity, scale have to be together. The scale of something, the intensity of something, the force of something. The might of something. Did I think I already did that. The key of something. I already did. The way to do this is to practice having patience. And I struggle to. I struggle to have patience when it's the same. Medium mode interval. I feel like I could see scale being in this because it's like center, but at the same time, like I see it connecting to a lot of other things. You know what I'm saying? That's what's fucking with my head, is that like I could bend it in a lot of ways for like a lot of these to be connected to each other. But again, I still think the most compelling thing is the scale of something, the force of something, the intensity of something, like the key of something. But again, I didn't get any of those right, so I might need to start thinking backwards. What could simmer be related to? That's part of cooking. I know that. Stove knob settings. Yeah, that took a minute to click, I will admit. So I'm gonna refresh this so I can get back to 4 tries. Simmer, medium, high, off. But it's so fucked. How can you have a word like mode right next to medium? Because it makes you think. To me, that makes me think of math. Like mode, medium, mean. I mean, if mean was in it, that would have just been mean, to be honest. I'm fucking stupid. Force, might, intensity. Okay, I think I can see this. The force, might, intensity. Scale. No. The longest. Fuck. Yes! Yeah, dude. I got all that within a minute. Totally. We're almost there. We've like actually almost got this one. I'm in a free fall. Oh man, I have my desktop cropped really shitty. Am I alone, reaching out for someone in a free fall? I'm in a Independence Day, Groundhog Day. The longest day. I feel like I already did this. Okay, so I was on the right track at the beginning. I just didn't get it completely right. All right. Finally, we got one. At the very least, we got one. Well, you know, we had to cave on today's because I just could not fucking figure it out. But the next one would be the 19th. What? I already don't like who made this. Super. What does teeth with an E at the end of it mean? Grow or cut milk teeth. What? What does that mean? To experience the emergence of teeth through the gums. Oh, I see. That's babies. Babies' teeth, they cry. They babble. They try. Okay. This one's gonna fuck with me a little bit. I think it's related to babies for some reason. Nickname. Dini is a nickname. Or the follower of Dionysus, the Greek god of wine and festivity. Cool, I won't remember that in about 5 seconds. How you put fudge right next to stupid? This is stupid. Nurse, cook, doctor, surgeon. All right. What does super fudge mean? Super Fudge is a children's novel. Okay. I feel like surgeon, nurse, and doctor have to be related to in some way. Why did I do that? Surgeon, doctor, nurse. We already tried salon. Oh, Jesus. Different words for doctor. Okay, so I think babble and teeth are together, and cry are, and maybe trot. Actually, I'm gonna try those right now because when I think of trot, I'm like, oh, you're trotting around, mate. Teeth, babble, cry, trot. I have to be on the right track. I'm not gonna give up on this. It has to be related to babies, dude. It has to be. That has to be. Okay, so we're on like two different paths right now that I think are compelling. That teeth, babble, cry, and trot. Did I try that? Okay, I did. Yeah. And it's not that. But I keep thinking nurse, doctor, surgeon. I really don't know. So I'm thinking altar is not like altering something, it's like at the altar type deal. You know, I am low key losing interest in this at this point because I do have to go to the restroom real quick, so I will be right back. right. I'm gonna give this one more shot. But I'm not feeling this right now. Nurse, doctor, surgeon. I don't know why I'm thinking fudge. Okay, salon. No. I think that was 19. Let's try 18. Okay, this is I remember doing this once. I've already done that. I know it feels shitty to just like give up like that. But at the same time, if I just like know for sure I'm not gonna get it, I ain't gonna waste my brain power. One thing I'm noticing is I should have picked a different color for my light because it's making my face look very red. That just made it worse. Just now I was thinking it's kind of a silly idea. Spelling bee. I feel like I'm fairly good at that. What the fuck? Okay, these spelling bees are not what a spelling bee is. To me, a spelling bee is like calling out words and then you spell them. Am I crazy for thinking that? Okay. I've never been on this site. Let's see. It's saying grade 1. That's I guess we're testing to see if I'm smarter than a oh fuck. Okay. This requires audio. I guess that means that I need to make sure that audio is going through here. It's more thinking than I typically have to do on these streams. Multi-output device. Audio output capture 2. Make sure that that's set up right. What? Why is that not just automatically set up to do that? I do this all the time, bro. Excuse me. Would it help if I did this? Bro, I literally do this all the fucking time. I do this all the time. I'm not sure why it's not just automatically doing it. Maybe it is default. I don't know. Here, I need to fuck around with this because I just want to make sure that like audio is coming through. Okay, no, it's working. That's good. I was getting worried for a second that it was going to be more complicated than that. When it comes to Macs and live streaming, there's a lot of stupid shit you have to do.
I will read about sharks. I will read.
Oh, it's a whole fucking sentence. Yippee! Yippee! Next.
All of the pigs are at the farm. All of the pigs are at the
Okay, this is really stupid. Right. Let's see if I'm smarter than a senior in high school. I'm somewhat doubtful for whatever reason.
He had no choice but to abandon his captain in order to survive. He had no choice but to abandon his
Okay, so there's no like commas or anything in this. Or maybe, I don't know.
The abduction of the president lowered the military's morale. The abduction of the president lowered the military's morale.
Type shit.
All insurers base prices on actuarial calculations of risk factors. All insurers base prices on actuarial calculations of risk factors.
What?
All insurers base prices
Insurers? 2 R's?
on actuarial calculations
This is actually kind of tricky, I'm not gonna lie.
of risk factors. All insurers base prices on actuarial calculations of risk factors.
I don't know if I've ever heard that.
All insurers base prices on actuarial calculations of risk factors.
Actions.
All insurers base prices on actuarial calculations of risk factors.
Okay, I'm kind of cheating. Oh. Okay, this ain't gonna work. I have Grammarly. Calculations. Actual. Listen, we're learning together. Okay, I don't fucking know. Oh, for fuck's sake.
The derivation of the word has been much
What in the fuck did you just say to me?
debated. The derivation of the
I don't know these words. This ain't gonna happen. Oh my god. I have an idea. I may not be as good as at spelling as I thought I was. But you know what I am good at? Playing Mario on the keyboard. Oh, that's convenient. It was already up. Oh, fuck. Can I not scroll through my... Okay. Just want to make sure that I can... Well, that everything's cropped correctly. Holy shit, this delay is fucking nuts. What the hell? How bad is this delay that I can't even see the fucking screen? I had it fucking full screen. I'm fucking stupid. That would do it, wouldn't it? I want to make sure everything's fucking set up right. Alright. Should be good to try this now. Make sure that everything looks right. That look. Beating Mario on MacBook keyboard. Make sure that didn't fuck the stream up. Alright, can I please open that? Alright, that seems to be working. Type shit. I need to remember the controls that I had set up. Oh, easy enough. So I recognize me saying beating is quite cocky. Well, quite cocky to say, but we'll see. In theory, we've got this. Want to be kind of careful here. I haven't played this game probably since I streamed it last year, to be honest. Dude, looking at my second monitor, felt like the world was spinning for a second because I can see the stream on there. Oh, you fucker. Fucker. Oh, Jesus. Dying on 8-1 is so annoying. I typically don't, but fuck that jump. Okay, I need to calm down. I'm getting anxious. Not having a fire flower, like losing it by 8-1 is really bad. Fuck you, bitch. I knew there was one somewhere. If I miss this jump again, I'm gonna cry. I can't even remember the last time that I died on 8-1. That is embarrassing. I don't know why I thought there were... They must be thinking of a different one. Ah. Dude, that goddamn thing despawns so easily. Not bad. I usually don't make that jump first try, so I'm not upset about that. You have to be kind of running to get that, and there we go. There's always a second one. Whore. Okay, we're doing all right. Bitch. Where are you? You fucker. That you are in the literal worst fucking spot you could be in. I'm gonna... Want my goddamn fire flower. Oh, you son of a bitch. Okay, I'm gonna purposefully kill myself. There we go. This level is the last opportunity in the whole game to get a fire flower. And if you go into 8-4 without one, it's not impossible, but it's annoying. That's for sure. That's the hardest I've fumbled that in a long time. I probably should have named the stream Attempting to Beat Mario, but we'll be alright. That's what we wanted. Are you fucking serious? There's no way I just did that. There's no way I just did that. Are you kidding me? That is embarrassing. You know, I've seen in compilations, like, for, like, what's the hardest game of all time? This game pops up, and I don't agree with that at... Well, I mean, like, this level in particular. And I don't agree with that whatsoever. Like, if you know what you're doing... Just don't take too long to hit them, because if you take too long, then they'll, like, run at you. Which ain't ideal. We only have 1 life left. And I'm pretty sure that the, Restart at World 8 trick does not work on the emulator. Alright, so I gotta be careful here. I really don't know how I fucking fumbled on that. This is a good run though, regardless. I've done worse. I mean, I've done better, but I've definitely done worse. Alright. Alright, so if the fish get me, that's kind of it. It's over. The fish are fucking sadistic pieces of garbage. I'm gonna be real with you, I'm quite anxious about this because I fucked this up all the goddamn time. I'm actually gonna try to go up. Ugh. Start high, and then just run for it. Ugh. I'm gonna try to do it with just the fire flower. Yep. Still got it first try. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. That was a pretty solid run, I must say. So I'm probably gonna get off for now. I may come back on at midnight to do the new connections. But yeah, that was fun.